Thank you, Praveena. Thank you for giving me this platform. And it's a really an appreciable thing by you all to give us this platform and share our views. Well, the topic today is stream selection. Usually it is, the 10th standard. When the child is in a 10th standard, he starts thinking what to take. But that is a very, very late decision that a child can take because he hardly has any time. So, what is the right time to decide about your stream or to think about your subjects? You can start it a little earlier than your 10th. That is what I usually suggest to students. Now, which stream to choose in 10th? Okay. Stream selection is, when you have subjects, you have interest in those subjects, you like those subjects, you enjoy reading, learning, exploring. That should be your choice, actually. We see big dreams. Sometimes our dreams are influenced by our parents, by our friends, by people who are around us in good professions. We see them and think, oh, wow, even I want to be like this, without thinking whether those subjects are there, my strengths, or will I be able to cope up with them? So how to choose the right stream? First, always analyze why you choose a subject. Why should you opt for a particular career option? And which institution should you choose and why? This is very important. If you have these things very clear in your mind, it becomes very easy for you to set your milestones, to set your goals for future. Usually parents, students, teachers get confused when it comes to choosing the stream. They think, okay, you're good in this subject, you can score marks, you can go ahead with this as a stream also. But that is not the thing. Maybe you're very good at studies, but that would not be your interest. That would not be your strength. You are a good child, you put in hard work, you are dedicated, you score well. You understand the concepts and put the right thing in the theory. But then that doesn't mean that could be a stream that you have to take and pursue a career in that stream only future. So we have to think about the 3 P's, that is percentage, peer pressure, and parents' aspiration. These 3 things should not decide your stream. Your percentage, your score, your marks card, your report card cannot decide what stream you need to take. Parents have aspirations. I don't say parents don't have dreams for their children, but they also have to see whether that aspiration is the child's aspiration also. Will the child be able to cope up with that particular subject? Will the child have the strength to do that? Is the child interested in those subjects? Will he explore that subject to that zeal, that niche, that he can become that aspirant for that particular profession? Peer pressure, seeing your friends, seeing your classmates going through it. Okay, my friend thought he's going to take science. Even I'll get some extra time with him, We can go to the same tuitions, we'll be sharing the same classroom. So we'll have ample of time together. But is that all? Future cannot be decided like this. Your friend might be good at it. You might not be good at it. You might be good at something. Your friend might not be good at it. So you cannot influence him to take what you're taking, right? So peer pressure is not only when you get influenced, it could be you influence somebody else. So don't influence anybody or don't get influenced by anybody here. What you need to really focus is on the 4 C's: your course, your career, your college, and the country. What course you want to take? Accordingly, choose your subjects. The career choices you have in that. Will those subjects really help you to make a proper base? Make a base for you to understand the concepts. College, which college you want to go in? How relevant will that stream or subject be for the college you choose, for the career you choose? The country you want to go in, because there are certain countries which require maths as mandatory. With any stream you go ahead with any subject combination, maths has to be there because most of their entrances have maths. Most of their subject combinations have maths. So maths is involved in most of the things. So you need to be very careful whether that subject is something that you can do it, whether you can fulfill that requirement. So you need to focus on it. Now, how to choose the right stream? Explore your strengths for yourself. Observe the fields that interest you. Make a note of what you are good at and what you want to aspire in life. Explore yourself, involve yourself in different activities, try to take part in different activities, competitions, come forward to do all those things, because that will help you to explore your potentials also. You will know what you're good at, you will know what is your strength, you will know what you can do at the best, and what interests you, what makes you feel happy from inside. Shortlist 2 to 3 options, gather information on that, make a database out of it. Is it pocket friendly? What you're thinking about? Many students come to me, ma'am, I want to become a pilot. I want to fly. I love flying. But, when you have to become a pilot, there's a lot of expenditure that counts. You need to see if financially you can really go ahead with it, because that is more important. The training itself is very expensive. So you need to see whether that thing is pocket friendly for you. And if not, then you need to have an alternate to do first and then make it pocket friendly for yourself and achieve it. Go for psychometric tests. Take psychometric tests. Psychometric tests help you to understand your aptitude, interest, your personality. You get a career cluster out of it. You get a detailed analytic report where it gives you all the details about your choices, your interests, your aptitude, your personality. It even accordingly, based on that entire thing, gives you a cluster of your career choices, which is the best fit for you, second, which is best. So it gives you around 7 to 10 career clusters over there. So that is even more important for us. Career and interest match. Career should match your interest and likes. For example, you're looking for a career that allows you to travel. Are you looking to make a lot of money? You enjoy taking risks and are open to adventure. What you like, your career should involve your interest match also. If you like traveling, you can become a blogger. You can travel around the world. Go into a profession which gives you more of traveling opportunities. Think about it. If you want to earn a lot of money, then you need to involve yourself in a career where you can earn a lot. What can multiply money sources for you? So you need to think about it. You love adventure. Go ahead with something that can give you adventure. So you need to be involved in it to explore it. You enjoy video and photography or music and singing or working as an actor. You love nature or creativity. You need to identify and explore this interest of yours. So for this, you need to involve yourself. Now we have the streams. We've all talked about it. We've all heard about it. There are 3 main streams that we have. We have science, we have humanities, and we have commerce. Now in science, it is divided as PCM, PCB, PCMP. Okay, now we'll talk about the science stream first. Now, what is science stream? PCM is where you need to involve with architecture, engineering, computer technology. Okay, so these fields are for PCM. Students who like to get involved in engineering, computer science, and they need to take BTech. So then for them, yes, PCM is very important. You want to get into Air Force, you want to get into Navy. So PCM is something that you have to do. That's a stream that you have to select in 11th and 12th. So you have to be very good with your physics, chemistry, and maths. There are students who love becoming a doctor, who want to get into medical sciences, would love to do research on different medicines, would like to learn about plants and animals, would like to become an animal doctor, a veterinary. So if you want to involve into a field like this, then yes, PCB is the option that you need to take. PCB is physics, chemistry, biology. For science, medical sciences and healthcare, PCB is important. And I also suggest to students, if you're really good with a subject like psychology, you're comfortable with a subject like psychology, you can really cope up with it. So when you're taking PCB, try to take up psychology also as an optional subject for yourself in the combination, because it is very helpful. When you're into medical sciences or healthcare, psychology as a subject also can help you a lot in your field. But that is only if you're comfortable with it. If you really feel, yes, I can cope up with a subject like psychology, go ahead and do it. It is really helpful. Then we come to PCMP. Now, PCMB is physics, chemistry, maths, and bio. There are students and there are schools which give you all the four as a combination. Now, why students take all these four is because they need to keep their options open in both the fields, in engineering field as well as in the medical field. So they take up PCMB. Now, what happens over here, if you're taking PCMB, you after 12th, you can either go in for medical sciences or you can go into the engineering field, or you can even go into lab technicians. You can go in for lab machinery, manufacturing, or, you know, something like that, where you have technology involved, you have engineering involved. So you can go in for biotechnology, you can go for microbiology. There are lots of options open for you because you have all the combinations and the variations that could fit into your career choice. Now, coming to humanities. Humanities is a very vast stream. You have lots of subjects involved in it. You have social sciences, that is history, geography, political science. Apart from that, you have psychology, you have physiology, you have sociology, you have languages, you have economics. So all these are involved for you. Okay, and you have physical education as your optional subject here. I'll be showing you the list of subjects also that are core and optional in all the streams. So these are the varied opportunities or the subjects that are available to you in humanities. Then you come to commerce. In commerce, you have with maths and without maths. Commerce with maths is for those students who like to involve with number game, who love to do calculations, you know, becoming a CA, getting into finance and accounts, going into being an economist, economic analysis, you know, budget analysis, where you have lots of calculations and number game to be played. So for them, yes, commerce with maths is the best that they can take. Apart from that, commerce without maths you have, where, you know, you can do your normal BCom, you have lots of, you can become a company secretary, you have BBA, you have law, you have lots of opportunities available with. So depending on what you want to do, the subject choice that you want, the combination that you choose, you can go ahead and take it. Now we come to the subjects that are involved in this streams. If we take science, in the core subjects, we have physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, and English. Optional subjects, you have computers, IT, you have economics, psychology, physical education, and home science. Now you need to make a combination of these subjects, you know, the best that suits you. If you want to go into a science stream, you need to take the core subjects, and based on that, you need to take the optional subjects as combination. So you make a combination, then from that combination, you need to look out for the career choices that are available to you. Or you can even do, if you have a career in mind, you can see which subjects combination suits that career the best, you can go ahead with it. This will give you a clarity of how you need to take your subjects, how you need to choose your stream. Because maybe you want to become a businessman, or you want to get into media studies, you want to get into hotel management or something like that. So what are the subjects that can help you to build that stream up for you? You can make a combination out of it, accordingly choose your stream. So if you're clear with that in mind, then you can choose the subjects. That makes it a little easier for you. In commerce, you have accountancy, you have economics, you have business studies, you have English as your core subjects. In optional, you have maths, IT, media studies, legal. Then you have entrepreneurship, you have psychology, home science, physical education. These are the optional subjects. In humanities, you can go ahead with history, economics, political science, geography, psychology, and English as your core subjects. There also you have combinations like, you know, from history, geography, you can choose one. Economics and psychology, you can choose any one, because you need to take 3 out of them, and English is compulsory for everybody. So you need to take 3 core subjects with English and then 1 optional subject. Some schools give you 2 optional subjects also. It totally depends upon the combination that the school is giving you, but 3 core subjects with English is a compulsion thing for all the streams. Okay. Then optional subjects, here you have sociology, you have maths, you have physiology, media studies, legal, then IT, physical education, fine arts. Fine arts is where you're involved into creativity, art and craft is there. You like drawing and painting. You want to do sculpture art, like, you know, something that is really very artistic. So fine arts involves where you have your drawing and art and craft skills. You are very good with your drawing skills. Performing arts is music, dance. It also involves acting, modeling in performing arts. Then you have languages. Now, if you want to become linguistic smart, you want to take up language, you want to excel with languages, then humanities is the best stream that you need to choose, because humanities is the only stream that gives you languages, which gives you bachelors in Indian languages, as well as there are foreign languages you can choose from. So this is one of the best options that you can go ahead with. What is the scope in a particular field? Now, when students come to us and ask us, ma'am, मैं ये stream ले रहा हूँ, I'm taking the stream. इसका scope कितना है? How beneficial it is for me? Now, see, scope has a very wide definition. It is not easy to define scope because everybody has their own perspective. Everybody has their own aspiration. They have their own thought process going into it. So each one takes scope in a very different way. Scope can be defined as the opportunities, benefits, and growth you get from the choice of field. That is scope. What benefits do I get if I take this as a stream? What are the opportunities open, like the career opportunities you get? What is the growth, means how much will you develop, groom from it, or how much will be your economic growth or financial growth in that particular stream? So that depends on the choice of field you take. Scope is what you can do in a field. What are the opportunities open for you? What all can you explore for yourself? How can you expand yourself? How much can you groom your potentials over there? That is also scope. Your niche in the field chosen decides the scope. The interest you have in a particular field. If you're interested, you're taking something of your own choice, you will give more than 100%. And when you give it more than 100%, the area of scope is wider over there for all of us. How passionate you are to work and at what zeal. See, when you are selecting something that is very close to your heart, you've studied day and night, you've worked for it because that was your dream, that was your passion, that was your choice. You've given lots and lots of hard work in it. You give dedication, you passionately work in it. You have a different zeal. Let come hurdles in it. Let you face how many ever challenges you have, but you will achieve it. Why? Because that is your choice. You wanted to do it, you will find a way out and you will do it. What happens if something is not of your choice? You might find it difficult to achieve it because you don't have the zeal to work on it. That's not your niche. You did not take it as passion, right? So when the hurdles come and hurdles become bigger and bigger, first you procrastinate your hurdles. Okay. Then what happens when they become bigger and bigger for you? You lose motivation over there. You get discouraged. And at the end, what happens? I think I'm not fit for this career, I might have made a wrong choice. I think I should look out for something else. Maybe I'm not comfortable with this, and you leave that in half. So what happens with the hard work that you've done till now? Where did that hard work go? So when you're doing that much of hard work, when you've put in heart and soul, it's better you put it in a subject, in a stream that you really passionately want to follow. Scope also is determined with futuristic goal sets and sustainability. You can sustain something only if you're passionate about it. You can sustain something only when you have interest in it. You can sustain something only when you want to clear the hurdles and set milestones for yourself. So it is determined to have futuristic goal sets. You need to set targets for yourself. You need to set small goals for yourself, and you need to achieve them. When you achieve them, you will find it more easy for yourself. Now, when we talk about science, now science is divided as medical sciences, engineering and technology, and mathematics and science. Now, medical sciences, you have something like doctors, nurses, paramedics, lab technicians, researchers. You have engineering and technology, where you have computer science and various branches of engineering, because engineering has lots and lots of branches open for you. Then you have mathematics and science. Now, mathematics and science is somewhere where you want to get into teaching line, you want to get into actuarial science, you want to get into data science, you have Navy, you have Air Force. So you have various fields open for yourself. So you need to keep this in mind when you have to select your stream.
Dr. Sonia, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
We have finished the 20 minutes. You can extend it for 5 to 6 minutes more.
I just have 2 slides, dear. Just 2 slides.
No problem. And we have some questions lined up here. So
sure. Just give me, I'll finish it fast.
No issues, ma'am. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Business management, you have sales and marketing, you have finance and banking. Now, commerce is also segregated like this so that it gets easier for you to pick up your cluster and get set with those subjects that you want to go in. For business management, you have various management courses. You have hotel management, entrepreneurship, event management, administration, human resources. And sales and marketing is where you involve into marketing strategies, sales strategies, how you need to boost your sales and marketing. Finance and banking is where financial analysis are there, banking jobs are there. So you can go into that. Now you have humanities. Humanities, as I already mentioned, it's a very vast subject for you. You have literature and linguistics, you have fine arts, you have performing arts, you have social work, you have mass media and journalism, you have social sciences. So there is lots and lots of options open for you over here, and you can choose from there. Types of careers that come out of these streams are professional careers, vocational careers, and neutral careers. Professional careers, you have examples like engineering, doctor, economist, CA, entrepreneur, banking, finance, and architect. Vocational careers are where you are an electrician, tailor, sports, plumbing, mechanic, data entry, operator, and you have makeup artists, beauty and wellness, whatever you involve yourself. So those come under vocational. Neutral careers are journalism, law, designing, civil services, hotel management, event management, teaching, and defense. So this is the end of the stream selection thing. I would just stop my screen sharing so that we can get into the question answers. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So thanks for the presentation, ma'am. It's really, very informative. And we will take the calls now. In sense, like I will read out the questions to you. They have posted, the audience have posted their questions on our website, and I'll read out to you one by one. So the first question is, please brief us about your educational background.
Could you please repeat it for me, please?
It says, please brief us about your educational background.
Okay, my educational background is I'm a BCom graduate, and I've done my certification in career counseling. I've done my primary teacher training diploma also. And I am honored with a doctorate in the field of education and counseling with the work that I've done in the last 14 years.
Great to know, ma'am. The second question is asked by Ms. Pratima. She wants to know, what has your career, what has your time as a career counselor meant to you personally, and why?
Well, my career as a career counselor has been very close to my heart because, I started my career as a teacher. 11 years of teaching I've done. And I involved myself into career counseling only because of my students who used to come to me with different subject choices. They used to get confused in what they have to choose. They were totally confused, like, ma'am, mera interest isme hai, I like this. How do I go about it? So I used to help them explore that and have discussions with them, open discussions. So I started enjoying that, a lot. And that's how slowly from teaching, I shifted to my counseling career. I started with my certification, I completed it, and then I totally changed my field from teaching to counseling.
So it became the student need-based,
yes.
for you, career
yes.
for you, right?
Yes.
So which tools do you use for guiding careers, ma'am?
See, usually we have a psychometric test that we use, and these days many of them opt for DMIT tool also, but I usually don't use a DMIT tool. I only use the psychometric test, and I believe the more I can connect with a child personally, and with the observations, I try to sort out with that only first. Like, one-to-one counseling for the child, knowing about the child's niche, and talking to the child and the parents about all the interest. And if there is some confusion, if the psychometric test is really needed for a child, there is some confusion, or like, there are two things and they're stuck on two things, to get them on a single platform, then yes, I go in for a psychometric test.
So what do you mean by psychometric test, ma'am? So what does it do, and how will the counselor get to know about the child's interest?
Okay, see, what is a psychometric test? Actually, it is a MCQ pattern test. It's an online method and an offline method a child can opt for. Okay, it's almost an hour or a 1.5 hour paper for the child. It takes around 90 minutes for a child to complete it. And you have questions based on, different subjects, all the different subjects. You have questions related to English, math, science, social sciences. You have like, MCQ pattern, general awareness, everything is, you need to answer them. And you need to answer them with a nice, proper process, like, not in breaks. Understand, your thought process should be good enough, and you should take the answer that your mind thinks about it. Not like if two of you are doing it, okay, you discuss and put in the option. No, that is not it. You need to do it with your own mind flow, your own thought process, and the result comes out in a form of 17 to 18 pages report, analysis report, where you have your personality graph, you have your interest, you have your aptitude given to you. Okay, so all that is taken into consideration. It's a detailed report, and the counselor discusses the report with the parents and the child. And towards the end, there is a graph that shows a cluster of around 7 to 10 career available for the child, from first to 10, positioning, ranking. So you know where the child is the best. So it gives you a clear picture. Like if you've thought about a medical field for yourself, and the way you've answered your questions, the way your thought process has been, how you've answered your psychometric test, at the end of the result, if medical sciences also comes out over there, that means you have been thinking on the right track. Sometimes it does happen that the psychometric test gives you a very different answer than the dream that you have. Then we discuss it. Why did the child approach to those questions? How did the child approach it? Why the mindset is so much different over there? Like, you have this as your dream, but when the result has come, it does not show in your result that you can go ahead with this field as your career. So we ask the child, how did he answer? Sometimes he says, I was very tired, I was not in a mood to write the answers, I just went on ticking the options. Sometimes they say, ma'am, I took the test in 2 parts. What happens is your mind frame changes. When you're answering it in a flow, it helps you much better. But when you've taken a break, you again start thinking in a very different process. So everything changes. So it all makes a lot of difference. So we usually tell the child to complete the test in one go only, not to give any breaks, and without any distraction, without any disturbance. So that is much better for them.
Mm-hmm. So what about the other tool, ma'am? You said something else, not the psychometric test. What is the other tool?
DMIT. That is, DMIT is, they take the fingerprints of yours, okay? And through the fingerprints, they give you your multiple intelligences and your learning styles. The entire detailed report is made. And based on those multiple intelligences and learning styles that you follow, the personality of yours, how it is, it gives, and then it gives you a cluster of your careers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to the next question. Why do you think it's important for students and parents to undergo career counseling together?
It is usually good enough if both can come together, because, we get to know the mindset of both the parents and the child. Sometimes it happens that the parents and the child have some miscommunication gap, or they're not able to explain the idea behind what they want to tell the child. Or even if the child wants something, maybe he's not in that frame of mind to explain it well to the parent. So when they come together, both of them can speak out in front of the counselor. So, sometimes things get much clearer for them also. And sometimes it happens like, the parents are thinking of something, but the child wants to do something else. So we try to get a midway where we can help both of them understand like what is good for the child and best fit for the child also. And sometimes we can come out with a solution where both their aspirations come together and the child can do it.
Right, ma'am. So coming to, having a career as a career counselor, what is your advice for newbies who are looking at building a career in career counseling industry?
See, if you really, really want to make a career in this, you need to be a person who learns every day. Because I still feel there's lots that I need to learn. If you're ready to learn, ready to explore, then yes, this is a career where you can involve yourself. And believe me, it's a beautiful journey. You get to learn so much, you get to enhance so much. And best thing is you are there to help out somebody to create an awareness for their own careers. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, you act like a stepping stone for their careers, right? Like in a way.
Yes.
So, what are the top skills you should have to become an effective career counselor?
See, to become a career counselor, you should have very good communication skills. You should be able to express yourself with your communication. You have to be empathetic, not sympathetic. You need to be a good listener, patiently listen to what the child or the parents have to tell you, because you cannot give them something to do. You're there to give them a solution. Okay, you're there to help them out, but you cannot tell them, no, go ahead and do this. I think this is the best for you. No, sometimes, you have to be very gentle with them. You need to explain them. You need to hear them out and then give the solution to them. You cannot be judgmental. You cannot set benchmarks. You can give taglines to things, So you really need to be a person who can break the ice with them, create a rapport with them, and talk to them.
Right.
Because I'll tell you, Praveena, what happens is, first of all, when we tell, no, you need to meet a counselor, some of the parents feel, counselor, my child doesn't have any mental illness. Why should I meet a counselor? The child also feels, acha, counselor ke paas jana hai? Main bimar hu kya? That concept is only very different in their minds. Right. We first of all need to clear it. See, when you're going to a counselor, no, she's a normal human being like you, and she's just having a healthy interaction with you in order to get you to the best fit career that you want to choose for your future.
True. So, ma'am, you have mentioned that to opt, a career as a career counselor, you need to learn a lot. You should have interest to learn new things and everything. So there are many new career options that have come up over the last decade, which was not heard of before. How do you stay updated on the latest trends in career?
See, you need to, as I told you, you need to become a resource person, You have to attend lots of webinars. You need to go through the newspapers. You need to go through the websites, the different websites that are there. You need to involve in counseling associations where regular webinars are taken and make notes of it. Bring out your own PPTs, prepare your own repositories for it. Only that can help you, because, it's a full-time job. You need to stay updated. And believe me, at times we do ask each other also as counselors, and we share updates with each other. That is how we need to get updated, because, it's a big vast thing, 3 different streams, so many career opportunities. Every day there are new things coming up. You won't believe it, I'm doing my psychology diploma right now to understand what are the fields open in psychology, because if I can know something on my own personal experience, I can share that with children who really want to take up psychology as a career. So only then can I give them, right? I need to experience it myself also. So I get involved in various updating courses also, short-term courses also, to know more about those fields and the options available for students, so that I can give them more opportunities and options to explore.
So as a parent, they are curious, like you are in this industry and like you have the resources. What resources or newsletters or websites do you suggest for a parent to visit regularly?
See, when as a parent you are going through a site, I'll tell you very frankly, you will only look out for those options which are set in your mind, right? See, now if for example, if you have a child and you want your child to be a doctor, when you look out even on the websites or you look out for everything also, no, you'll be thinking on those lines only, and you'll search out for information also based on that. Am I right?
Yes.
So what happens is you're only thinking on one track. But that is why we say at least a session or a two with a career counselor is important, because when you interact with them, you get to know about various options. You get to know about the various links, how you need to browse through those links, how you need to explore the future of your career. Like, what options can you get and what is best for you. So then, yes, exploring will help you, because then you're going in with the open mind. You will explore 10 different ways of it.
Right, ma'am. So what have been the key achievements for you so far, ma'am?
The key achievement for me so far is there are many of my students who have settled well in their life with the professions they've chosen, and seeing them happy, I also feel very happy. Like, it gives me a peace of mind, like, okay, yes, something good that has happened. And I would like to create this awareness among more parents and more students, because I think this is something where everybody is lacking now also.
Right, ma'am. So thanks a lot, ma'am. Since we have the time crunch, I have read, I have left a couple of questions I couldn't answer, but which you have already covered in your presentation, in your talk too. School Journal of Education and schoolreformer.com. Thank you for the talk and for patiently answering all the questions. We also thank the audience for participating in the event, and we will end the session now, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, dear.